Hello and welcome to Guitar Corner. It's a channel where we talk about everything guitar, and this is the first in a series called Guitar Stories. And as you can see, I've got a fair collection of guitars. I'm quite lucky. I'm not an avid collector, just amassed a few guitars over the years. I'm pretty rubbish at getting rid of them. So these guitars all get used. They're not just for show. I do use them all at some point. But people quite often say to me, do you have a favourite? And whilst I like to pick the right guitar for a certain application because I feel more comfortable playing the particular guitar for certain things, I do actually have a favourite. If I had to get rid of them all and just keep one, it would be this. This is a 1987-88 Strat Plus. I'm not quite sure whether it's 87, 88. It might be a crossover model. I have never bothered to look up the serial number, but I'm sure there's some experts out there that will be able to tell me exactly when this guitar was made. I bought it off a friend of mine who wanted a guitar to experiment with, and he put in the EMG pickups and replaced the lace sensors, and he put a 25 dB mid boost. It's actually called an EMG SPC control, strap presence control, I believe. And it effectively just gives you a lot more guts, a lot more beef to the sound. So this guitar is, I mean, it covers all bases for me. It covers the sort of 80s kind of pop sound that is synonymous with the Strat, you know, which was used quite a lot. That transparent stringy sound you used to get on 80s records, you know, like Spandau Ballet and you know, Go West, that kind of thing, with a bit of reverb and chorus, just give you that really kind of transparent, thin sound that's great for certain things. And then you dial in the SPC controller here and you can get almost a humbucker tone for like classic rock and stuff like that. You'll probably notice that the bridge is different. It's not a Fender bridge, this is a Wilkinson bridge. It has a different kind of tremolo arm, or vibrato arm to give it its correct name, and it's got an internal thread. Oh, my camera's a bit it's got an internal thread, if you can see, and it's got a little stud in there, so it's far more robust than the Fender design. And it's got a bush there as well, nylon bush. Don't get any play. On the original arm, the thread got worn and you get lots of play, which is quite annoying. Now there's no play in that, and it's still quite loose. There's a grub screw there, you can alter the friction. I got these green knobs and switch tip off eBay, a little bit in your face, but I quite like it. So yeah, this guitar, obviously having active pickups, it needs a battery to power it. On the battery, when I got the guitar, my friend had as I say, he'd put the EMGs in and the SPC control, and the battery for it was located under the scratch plate. There was not a lot of room under there, and the scratch plate was bowed. As a result, it was warped and there was a crack in it. So I had the battery relocated here behind this plate on the side here, and it's been routed out to accept the battery. and then I fitted the pearloid scratch plate. But yeah, the guitar's in pretty good nick. There's a couple of little knocks, but apart from that, considering how much this has been played, it's in great condition. It never ceases to amaze me how some people get their guitars in such a state. There's these heavy relics, well, they're real relics. People that have, I know you can get guitars artificially distressed to look like well-played, battered instruments. But I'm talking about the real relics, the ones that have been played to death and they look like they've been used for digging the garden, pretty much, you know, like they've been dragged behind the car down a gravel driveway. I don't understand, even with a lot of, I mean, this guitar has been played week in, week out since the late 90s, you know, it's a lot of gigs. I do take care of my guitars, but these knocks and chips happened before I got it. So, you know, it's in quite good condition considering the amount it's been played. So yeah, I mean, I just think there are people out there that just play the hell out of their guitars and they don't bother to clean them, and you know, each to their own. But yeah, just I see some of these guitars being played and I think, how the hell did you get it into that state? But there you go. Yeah, so it's got the micro tilt on the back. I've never touched that. And the Spurzell locking heads, and the LSR roller nut, all as standard on a Strat Plus. Now, my main guitar during the 80s was a Fluid Rose equipped guitar. It used to stay in tune really well, no matter how much abuse I gave it. But I was never a fan of faffing around with the micro tuners and that kind of thing. But I have to say, this Wilkinson unit is absolutely amazing. Note the missing screw here, which I need to get a new one. But yeah, it stays in tune really well. It's just the guitar is pretty well set up, you know. So I do look after my guitars. I'm not obsessive about them, you know. If they get knocked, they get knocked. But I do try to keep them set up to the best of my ability, you know. And you know, this guitar is it's a real workhorse, and it covers all bases. And this is, as I say, this is the one that I would probably keep if I had to get rid of all my guitars bar one. Well, I'd keep this and one of my acoustics, which I'll feature in a later episode. But yeah, so there we are. That's my late 80s Strat Plus, modified Strat Plus. Does everything I need it to do, pretty much. And yeah, shan't be getting rid of this one. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please give us a like. Subscribe to the channel. I will be featuring more of my guitars, as you can see behind me. Most of them have a little story to them. This one wasn't much of a story, but you know, you may find it interesting. And if you do, as I say, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any questions or comments, don't hesitate to leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you think. You know, any questions, I'll gladly answer as best I can. Like I say, I'm no expert. I'm just telling you about my guitars and my experiences with them. And if there's anybody out there got any advice or information that, you know, might seem useful to me and anyone else, then by all means, let's hear it. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed that, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.